Annyeonghaseyo. I'm Demarch Lee.
I'm Aria.
And we're
Soju for Two.
Okay, so next we're going to be this is a movie review of Baby and Me, and this came out in 2008 with Jung Gun-suk.
Yeah, so it's like a Jung Gun-suk week. We've already done like 3 reviews for him, so we love him. Okay, so it's let's talk about characters in this one. So we have sort of 3 main characters. So we have Jung Gun-suk, who plays Jun-soo, and we have Kim Bul, and she's the female lead. And then we have the baby. So Woo-ran is the baby, and that's Mason Moon. And then, I mean, obviously the baby and Jung Gun-suk are the main characters, but, you know, we always like to round it out with a love triangle. Or a love interest. Yeah.
And this is one for us. We watched this a little while ago, but I always feel like we go back to this. It's a good story. It's a sweet movie, and then it has, you know, kind of a heart-wrenching aspect to it, which I didn't necessarily expect.
Yeah. I think this is one of the reasons we like Jung Gun-suk so much, because he plays so many different roles. Yeah. Like, we really don't have that many, like, young father movies in America. Like, I can't really think of any right now. I'm sure there are. But I think this is an interesting topic, and I really like him in this.
And I think this was one where we watched this, and then we really were impressed by this movie because we just thought it was a good movie to watch. And then we saw You're My Pet, and we were, like, a little disappointed because we really liked Baby and Me, and this was a while ago. Yeah. So, you know, going into the basic storyline of this, you know, he's supposed to be sort of a playboy. He's obviously a cute boy who is popular in his high school. And what happens is a baby sort of dropped off with him, and you can hear what the baby's thinking, and or what's going on, and sort of the whole story happens with trying to figure out who the mother is in the beginning, and then trying to figure out, you know, what's going on with the baby, and taking care of the baby, and he's sort of left to his own devices, and then the baby's going to be taken away from him, and it's very kind of, you know, you're going down a path with the main character, and I think it does a good job of telling a good story.
What's interesting about this one, too, is that the hardest part for me in the beginning of this is that he can't figure out who the mother is. Like, he's so busy that he can't figure out who the mother is. That was the hardest part for me. So that was, like, the hardest part to get over. But they had to, like, make this plot believable, so it worked that way. And it kind of, you know what it reminds me of a little bit? Oh My Lady with Siwon. It sort of has a similar feeling in the idea. He's definitely not as old, obviously, but it's sort of the idea of, like,
because he's in high school,
being a self-centered, you know, bit of a jerk, and having to, like, realize that kids are more important.
Yeah, and what happens with the chemistry here? I mean, I think the baby and Jung Gun-suk do a great job together. Like, I don't know, the actor for this, the little boy, he has such big eyes. He's obviously so cute. I think they're twins, right?
Yeah.
Him and his brother. I'm not sure if they both were in the movie, but they both just did such a great job of. I don't know, it seems like they really liked each other, like, that the baby obviously liked Jung Gun-suk, and Jung Gun-suk liked the baby, which I know seems like a subtle thing, but you could kind of tell, like, the chemistry they were having really fun. Good. And
we have the love interest. And she is so quirky.
She's so offbeat.
I love her.
And the great thing about her is she sort of is so strange that she's kind of like the perfect thing he needs to sort of level him out. And she comes from a really big family, and so she kind of can help him early on, like, figuring out what the baby needs and things like that. And it's really interesting. I mean, she comes in, like, a chicken suit, like, to school. Like,
we love chicken suits, as you know from Skip Beat. We really enjoy that.
We have a soft spot. Mistaken identity, misunderstanding. Well,
there's a big one in this.
Yeah, with the baby. And that's kind of like who really is the baby's parents, you know what I mean, and what's going to happen with the baby. And I think that all the heart-wrenching things happen in this drama because of the potential, you know, aspect of the baby being taken away. And that's, I mean, there was one scene in this movie where I was, like, crying because I was so upset with what was happening.
And it's a lighthearted movie, so that's, like, really good acting that you feel that way. So I think it really exceeded our expectations for what it was going to be.
And I also think it's important to mention, like, okay, so when he's in school and he has the baby and trying to figure out, like, what he's going to do with this baby, it's a public school, but there's almost sort of an issue that they're going to, like, kick him out of school because has this baby. And I mean, I know this is, like, sort of a subtle thing, but I don't, like, in America, that wouldn't really happen. I mean, I don't think you could kick someone out of school for a child, like, being a bad example by having a child. So to me, that was sort of an interesting aspect of seeing sort of, like, how, you know, young parenthood would, like, affect students in South Korea. So it was kind of interesting. I mean, you know, obviously, unwed teenagers getting pregnant is an issue, but it's interesting that they might actually be kicked out of school for something like that.
How about bad guy turn good?
Yeah, I think he just grows up.
He grows up.
He's not a bad guy.
I think he just learns that he needs to be less self-centered. self-centered,
Exactly.
and a baby really helps in that situation.
Piggyback ride, there isn't really any, unless you consider the baby
The baby.
constantly on his back. He's in like all these little things attached to his front or his back.
And there's like so many funny moments in this. I was just thinking about like how they're getting the breast milk, like ridiculous moments that were really funny. So it does have a really like lighthearted side as well.
It's really good.
Kisses. There's a kiss.
There is a kiss at the end.
Yes.
So for him being such a Lothario, obviously, you know, it's pretty mild. And the rest of it, it's like a younger story. So it's cute.
Fashion. I don't remember the fashion.
It was 2008, so maybe it was before like
before he became Jung Geun-suk god fashion. Music, I don't remember it, so I don't think he sings in this one.
Okay, so I think if we're gonna give this rating, like I would give this honestly, I think 8.5 piggybacks. I think that there's no way this isn't something that like if you want, you know, a sweet movie, if you want a funny movie, if you want a little bit of a heart wrenching, it's gonna really serve a good purpose. And there isn't much I find wrong with it, other than it's just not as complex as some stories, like Always or something like that. We did a review of that one. I mean, this is just a really good, sweet story that does it right and doesn't feel like it's left out or unfinished.
Yeah, I think I'd give it an 8. I mean, it's something that I really like to watch, and I thought it was much better than I thought it was going to be. Like, I did not have high expectations for this movie, and I came out of it really liking it.
And I love the baby. I feel like he's so cute. And I can't wait to see him in something else when he grows up 15 years from now or something.
Definitely.
All right, there you go.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. Bye.